So today topic is leadership. What is leadership and how to deal a group of members from friend side. Now we will discuss what are the characteristics a leader should have and how to deal a group of people. All those now we will discuss. Before going to discuss about the leadership, first we will discuss who is a leader. So who is a leader? Leader is a person who knows the way, who goes the way and who shows the way to his followers. That means that a leader always know what is the goal. So which work given to a group of people, a leader should know what is the main goal of the work and to reach that goal, how to do, what is the way, what is the best way to reach the goal. And he will always go through that way to reach the goal, and again he suggests his followers come to that way only to reach the goal, to give our best to reach the goal. So here I used eagle. All of you know that why we are saying eagle is a special bird. Why? Because even if storm came, eagle will not stop it flying. It just go against the storm. That's why this attitude different. This attitude differs that eagle from remaining all birds. So leader also like that, who is having courage to go through the way to reach his goals. Okay. So now next one, leadership. What is a leadership? Leadership is an ability of an individual person to lead a group of people. Actually, in any organization or in any company, one person only lead a group of members. The work will be distributed to a group of people. Among in all these groups, a separate groups will be divided. All employees in each and every group, one work will be allotted. So that work will be led by one person. Remaining all members are followers. So what the leader is giving the instructions. Simply the followers will follow all those instructions to accomplish the work or to accomplish the goal. So it is a leadership is an ability to influence the other members in the group to achieve the goal. And again some more definitions are given for leadership here. It is an essential component required where a group of people are working to achieve a common goal. Just now, as now I said, so here a goal is common to a group of people. So only one person will take the lead and remaining all just follow that person. And next definition, it is an important skill because a good leader is always hard to motivate the remaining followers. Suppose if any followers is having any problem or any discouragement because of work, any disappointment if anybody faces, so always the leader should be motivate them. That's why this leadership quality is an essential component. So as a person, we all must be develop these leadership qualities within us. So last definition says that it is an important skill because a good leader is able to bring out the best abilities of his group members by motivating them or by giving support to them. Okay? And next. Essential elements of leadership. So what are the important components in a leadership? So first one is communication. Suppose if we want to become as a leader, we must include all these qualities within us. So what is the first one? Communication. So a leader should communicate with all of his team members every time. Suppose one work given to a group of people, a leader instructed, this is the main goal of us. So to reach that goal, I am thinking these are the ways. After giving the suggestions or ways to the employees, when the work started, immediately leader has to start to communicate with each and every employee how they are doing work. If they have any problem, just say to me, share to me. Like that each and everything. Here communication should be two-way communication, not one way. Suppose if the leader only giving suggestions, no one in that group will show the concentration or will show their best to complete the work. If leader is ready to share or to accept their views also, then only all members will encourage by him and they will complete the task. So here communication means that a leader should communicate with each and every employee within his team. And after that, knowing your people. So a leader should know about each and every member in his team. What is the member? What he is thinking? What are the strengths? What are the weaknesses? What is his background? Everything. If he knows properly about each and every employee weaknesses and strengths, and based on the situation, how each employee will behave. If when the leader knows about each and every employee, then only he can motivate that person based on the situation, right? So as a leader, he should know about each and every employee within his team. And next, knowing yourself. So as a leader, we must know about ourselves. What are our strengths? What are our weaknesses? All of you have a weakness. If anybody criticizes, immediately we will raise our volume to shout about that person, right? Is that good quality? As an individual person, it is not good. But as a leader should not have such type of angriness also. So before going to lead any group, first we have to learn about us, what we are, what are our strengths. So if this situation happened, how to react that? Can I react in that way to solve the problem or not? So all these we must know about ourselves. And next one, democracy. So here democracy means that when the work allotted to a group of members, a leader should, actually the first person is a leader only to set the goal and to find out the best ways to reach the goal. Okay, so to reach the goal, the leader will give some suggestions, the way to all his team members. After giving all those, the leader again have to allow suggestions from his team members. So here democracy means that each and every team members given a similar priority. So he will collect all the suggestions, the views of each and every team member to complete the work. Suppose if he find out any best way than his way, okay, any best way from any one of his team members, then simply he will take decision according to that. Your decision making power is only on leader only. Leader only will take decision, but he will consider regarding all team members' suggestions also, views also. Okay, that is democracy. Here importance is equal to all team members. And seeking out feedback. So after giving some suggestions or some ways to complete the work, the leader should take feedback from each and every employee, each and every team member. So based on even that is positive or negative, he must take feedback from his team members. Most important roles of a leader. So what are the roles of a leader? If we want to become as a leader, then we must follow all these roles. So those are first one, leaders need to have clear goals and objectives. That means that when a work assigned to a group of people, leader should know what is the main goal of the work. So what is the goal and how to reach that goal. The way and goal, clear goal we have to set. And they need to motivate their followers and provide them with direction. So always, leader, the work is always how to motivate the team members to reach the goal. So how to bring the best from each and every employee, each and every team member in his team to reach the goal. Okay, so for that always he will try to give support and he will motivate each and every team member. And they must support their team members in order for them to succeed. So again, same topic, same point here. Always a leader should motivate them, should give support to reach the goal. And functions a leader needs to perform. Which type of functions a leader should perform? So see, setting goals. The first one is setting goals. So what is the work and what is the main goal of the work? First we have to think about the goal. And next one, organizing. So to reach that goal, what are the ways? So how to start our work to accomplish that? what is the first one, what is the second step, what is the third step. So all those ways to reach the goal, he has to organize one by one in sequential manner. And after that, take initiatives. So here, take initiative means that now when the work assigned to a group, a team leader clearly knows what is our goal. And after setting the goal, he knows the ways how to reach that. So in organizing, what he will have the ideas, he has ideas to reach the goal. So in take initiatives, those ideas, what are the ideas a leader have in his mind to reach the goal, all those ideas he will put practically. So in organizing, only ideas, steps he will organize one by one. In his mind only, in his creative mind only, he will think. But in take initiatives, those ideas he will put in practical. He will start to do the work to reach the goal. And cooperation among employees. So always he has to maintain a good environment among team members. If there is a good environment, then only team members will cooperate each other to complete the work. So always he has to provide a good environment, a healthy environment among all team members. Motivation and direction. Up to now, in so many times we discussed about this. A team leader, the first work is how to motivate each and every employee and how to give direction to each and every team member to reach the goal. Okay, so always he has to find the better solutions to motivate, the ways to motivate each and every team member and the directions also. And next, liaison between workers and management. Here, liaison means that communication among people or cooperation among people. That means that a leader should provide a healthy communication, cooperation. Already we discussed cooperation in the previous point. Here also, healthy communication, two-way communication and healthy environment among people. As the same way from each and every team member to management, not to the team leader, not among the people, among the team members. So here, a good relationship from each and every team member to the direct management. So such type of healthy environment also a leader should provide. Okay, and policy making. And last point is policy making. So in policy making, here also team leader should provide or he has to give he has to provide the good environment. So everything is beneficial to each and every employee. Like that he has to give a willingness on him. Okay, that is called policy making. And ways to develop leadership skills. By birth, nobody is a leader. Right? A leader will learn so many things when a person is learn so many things when he is grown up. So nobody by birth, nobody is a leader. Right? So to become as a leader, we have to develop so many skills what we discussed up to now. We have to develop discipline first, we have to develop communication skills, okay, and how to behave based on the situation. All these skills we will learn when we are growing up. After learning all these only we will become as a leader. If we have all these qualities properly or completely 100% if we develop, then we must become as a leader. So here, ways to develop. So how to develop leadership skills. So first one, practice discipline. Discipline is the first step for each and every success, right? So if you want to become as a leader, so first we have to improve our leadership quality. So in that first one is discipline. All of you know what is a discipline. So on time we have to reach, on time we have to complete our works, everything we have to maintain a discipline. A good leader needs discipline. And next one, a great way to develop your leadership skills is to take on more responsibility. So after discipline, next one is responsibility. Which work given to us, that work we should complete within time, and we have to take responsibility when we are going to do any work. Next, learn to follow. Suppose if anybody give any suggestion, we must follow them, right? Without following, I am thinking this is correct, so I will follow my way only. That is not good. As a human being also, that is not good. Suppose if anybody giving any suggestions, first we have to think why they are giving suggestions to us. Is that good or bad? Like that we have to think. If we are thinking that is the best suggestion, then we have to follow. Right? As the same way, leader also. Suppose if you want to improve your skills, then we have to learn to follow other suggestions also. Next, develop situational awareness. So this point says that situation, based on the situation, how to behave. As earlier I said, if anybody scold us or if anybody criticizes us, immediately we will give reply to them with hard words. Right? If anybody say any suggestion, please don't give like that. Change your way. I know how to be. I know what I am. No need your suggestion. Like that we are giving. We will give reply in so many cases. But rather than that, just develop situational awareness. If any problem came, based on that problem, how to solve that, how to control ourselves. So our self-awareness, situational awareness also we have to develop. Next, inspire others. So always we have to inspire other members to complete their works. By using maybe words, by using any motivational thoughts, by different ways to inspire other persons. Okay, and keep learning. So always a leader should learn each and every concept before going to give suggestions to his team members. Okay, and let's resolve conflicts. Conflicts is nothing but problems. If any problem arises, then a leader should try to solve all those conflicts, all those problems, and be a discerning learner. So what is going on discerning learner? Discerning learner is nothing but a person who can understand each and every concept. Now something I am sharing with all of you, somebody will understand what I am teaching, what I am discussing now, what I am sharing with all of you. Each and everything, each and every information, some teachers will grasp, right? So such type of listeners are called discerning listener. The person who learn from either presentation or from either teaching. Okay, who are listening, that person can understand each and every concept from the lecture. Okay, such type of persons are called discerning listeners. Okay, so all these are the different types of qualities we have to improve to become as a leader. And next we have theories of leadership. So here we have different types of theories to say what is a leadership. To give here, these theories give a different definitions for leadership. So in that, these are actually we have so many number of leadership theories. Here I could find main theories. So first one is great man theory. So those are great man theory, tribe theory, contingency theory, situational theory, and behavioral theory. Now we will discuss each and every theory. Okay, so first one, great man theory. So what is a great man theory? This theory suggests that a leader is born, not made. That means that by birth only, the person will inherit all leadership qualities. So here from parents, the person will learn or he inherits each and every quality which we need for as a leader. Suppose if we want to become as a leader, just now we discussed so many concepts, how to communicate with others, how social awareness, that means how to share our views, how to treat other persons in our group. Okay, social communication, social awareness, communication, okay, and managing skills, decision making skills, all these are the characteristics of a leader. So all these, a leader, all these characteristics a person will inherit by birth only. So this great man suggests that leaders are born, not made. That means that a leader is an exceptional person who will inherit all leadership qualities by birth from their parents. So he says that we can't make leaders. Just now we discussed that. Suppose if we develop so many leadership qualities, definitely we can become as a leader. right? So what are those qualities we discussed up to now? Anyone? What are the qualities we discussed? Self-awareness, how to motivate other persons, right? How to encourage other persons, how to take decisions. All these are qualities. Okay, so all those qualities by birth only they will inherit from their parents. So that is about great man theory. Simply he says that we can't make a leader. We can't make a leader. Leaders are not made. Even if they try to develop all these skills, they won't become as a leader. So that is about great man theory. See this diagram. In this diagram, he given the first one. This theory contributes to the idea that leadership had something to do with inheritance and breeding. That means that leaders having the capacity of leadership by birth only. Okay, and this is the main concept behind the great man theory. And at last, the leaders are born, not to made. Okay, next one, tribe theory. So according to tribe theory, leaders can make. We can make leaders by developing all leadership qualities. So here the main concentration on leadership is it refers the qualities and characteristics of a person. So which qualities and which characteristics a leader should have to improve. So all those we can develop in ourselves. Okay, by practicing all those. So your great man theory suggests that no person can make as a leader. By birth only if they have the abilities, he will become as a leader. But in tribe theory, we can make a leader by developing the skills, qualities and characteristics. By observing these qualities and characteristics, who is having a good quality and characteristic which is compulsory needed a leader. So by observing those, we can select a leader. Now see here, what are those qualities and characteristics? So the first one, intelligence. A leader should have an intelligence power. And people skill. People skill means that how to communicate with others and how to handle them. And decisiveness. So based on the situation or based on the given work, how to take decisions. And creativity. So based on given work, what is the goal? To reach that goal, which creative works we have to develop. Okay, and after that competency. So competency, all of you know, based on our work, we have to improve our competency and then trustworthiness. So a leader should